Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Sensational here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing you my experience with the Lamzu Atlantis Pro Keyboard. I've been using this keyboard for about 2 weeks now, but before I start, I just want to say big thanks to Lamzu for providing me a review unit. Lamzu's social and Discord link in the description down below. If you're looking for a 65% keyboard with rapid triggers, this is something that is worth looking at. This is Lamzu's first keyboard, and I'm actually pretty impressed. It did have some things that I'm not a big fan of, but it's pretty minor and a personal preference thing. More on this topic later. You guys already know Lamzu's presentation and unboxing experience is exceptional. Inside the box, you find your keyboard, a USB-C cable, 2 silicone pads for your spacebar, a nice Lamzu branded carrying pouch, 2 extra switches, some extra white silicone keycaps if you must replace the pre-installed blue silicone keycaps for an all-white look, and a keycap puller. This is a very premium product. The Atlantis Pro is a tray mount. It has the CNC aluminum case. This Lamzu Atlantis art underneath with a mirror finish, aluminum plate, silicone cushion, and EPDM foam. I am not the biggest fan of the foam. It's a bit thin for my liking and it could use a little bit more thickness. This keyboard is pretty heavy, weighing around 1.1 kilograms, and the overall build is extremely solid. It also has some curves around the case, which is quite nice. I'd like to mention that this keyboard does not have any adjustable keyboard feet. If you must tilt your keyboard in a certain angle, you might need to find a keyboard stand. As of now, it only comes in this Atlantis colorway with white and blue. Perhaps they will release more colors later on, or a possible collaboration with Fnatic or maybe a different pro team this time around, but I'm not really sure. I just want to say that the paint on this keyboard seems like it's easy to scratch, so if you are moving or planning to do some mods on this keyboard, be careful around the edges of the case to prevent scratches or nick on the paint. The Atlantis Pro has these cherry profile silicone keycaps. It has this low profile ABS keycaps inside with silicone on top. It adds a unique aesthetic and they complement the RGB lighting really well. Also, the RGB on this keyboard is quite nice. For some reason, only the top part actually has lighting, but that is really not an issue, and I do like how it looks. In terms of feel, they are all right. It feels like typing on Jello. At first, I didn't really like it, but after a couple of weeks, I seem to not mind them at all. It's a very unique experience for me since it's my first time trying these type of keycaps. I mean, if you don't like them, you can change it to any keycaps of your choice. The Atlantis Pro is using ratio magnetic switches. I absolutely love these switches. They are buttery smooth and feels perfect to me out of the box. It also has a very minimal key wobble, which is quite nice. They feel really nice to game on. Also, the typing experience is also nice. The switches and stabilizers feels really good as is, and I don't really see the need to lube them or anything like that. Here is a quick sound test for you guys. So when it comes to the software experience, it's okay. It could be better. Here in general, you have your device info, caps lock LD. If you want to turn on or off the light, you can do that. You can also factory reset it, and you can also upgrade the firmware if ever they release a firmware for this keyboard. And on keyboard section, you have your device, your profiles for Windows, Mac, and you can change your functions, characters, and etc. And on the sensitivity, this is where you can adjust your actuation points and your rapid trigger sensitivity. Pretty easy to understand. I don't really have any complaints. Um, you could also, do multiple profiles for gaming and for typing, which is pretty nice. And on the LED section, you can change your RGB lighting and stuff like that, brightness, speed, and then if for some reason you use macro, you can, you know, do that on this keyboard, but you might get banned. Other than that, the overall software experience is pretty average, but again, it could be better. So when it comes to the performance of the Lamzu Atlantis Pro keyboard, it is actually pretty good. I have zero issues with this keyboard. No ghost inputs, no double inputs, no keys not registering issue. Unlike on my Drunk Deer A75, everything is working flawlessly. And here we are at aimbot's range. I'm just gonna quickly demonstrate to you guys the rapid trigger implementation of Lamzu. It is exceptional. I have zero complaints. I have my WASD set to 0.2 millimeter and my key down set to 0.1 millimeter. Fully actuating D key right now. I'm gonna lift my fingers off D right now. Pressing it again. Going left now. Fully actuating A key. Releasing my fingers now. Pressing it again. And I'm not even releasing my fingers that much actually, just a slight lift off, it is already resetting. This is actually quite useful for CS2, Valorant, and Apex Legends. It just makes your movement a lot faster and consistent. For Apex Legends, you can adjust your crouch key and jump key so you can pull off super glide a lot consistently. As opposed to something like a mechanical keyboard. Yeah, one of the main benefits. And in my own personal opinion, you really only need an adjustable actuation on a keyboard, to be honest, because all the other stuff like DKS, I don't really know anyone who uses that feature. You know what I mean? Yes, booting is a full analog keyboard, and this is not. But to be honest, this is perfectly fine because at the end of the day, this keyboard is actually a lot faster than a mechanical keyboard. So overall, the Lamzu Atlantis Pro keyboard is a superb 65% keyboard that is really good for gaming and typing. Lamzu's asking price for this keyboard is $160. In my opinion, for what you're getting, it is a very reasonable price. It was really hard for me to review this keyboard because I can't really find any issues at all. The silicone keycaps is an acquired taste, but I mean, you can easily change that to PBT, and this is really not an issue, but more of a personal preference thing. The only negative thing I can think of is the software experience and the phone being on the thinner side. Other than that, there's really nothing else. I highly recommend this keyboard for people who are looking for a 65% Hall effect keyboard. And that's it for today's video. Like and subscribe if you find this video helpful. I hope to see you on to the next review.